Hi everybody and welcome along to this Yoga Orkney online session. So it's suitable for all levels, to beginners, to people who've been practicing for some time. And really I try to incorporate as many options as I can in classes so that we all feel that we can get something out of it. If you have any concerns, please do ask or ask your healthcare provider, specifically if you're managing a condition that's unique to you. You know best, but please feel free to get in touch. Please make sure that the place that you're exercising in is suitable, that you have had a look for any hazards, you have a nice clean area to work with, and yeah, just work at your own pace, at your own level, and I hope you enjoy. Hi everybody and welcome along to this 30-minute yoga session. So you may want to have a cushion for underneath your knees or your wrists. You may want to use a yoga belt for one section on the floor. A towel will work the same way, or the belt out of a dressing gown, absolutely fine. So it's a little bit of a mixture tonight. It's going to be a nice kind of flowing, stretching class. So just be aware there will be some movement up and down, on and off the floor. You can always use a chair, so you have a chair to help you up and down, or you could take an option on the floor. There's not too much up and down, but we will be moving between standing and releasing. So you're just going to shake out the legs. Good. And you're just going to bring your feet into a nice easy stance, hands onto the lower belly, and just take a bend of your knees and then lengthen them again. Bend of your knees and then lengthen them again. Bend and lengthen. Now bend them. Arms are going to come out to the side, gathering up and then pressing down. And again, circle. I deliberately don't tell you exactly where to place your body because it depends on you. So a nice comfortable feeling circle, maybe a little closer to the front of your body or a little closer to the sides. Good. Well done. Arms are going to come up and you're just going to twist around to the right. Through the middle, just swaying, looking at the moon. Little sway side to side. Just those arms just reaching, swishing, swaying, breath just nice and comfortable. Head just turns with the body. You may want to turn to look back, see how you feel. One more time to the left. Center, floating the arms down and back onto the belly. And then you're going to slide your feet in a little narrower. And if you have problems balancing, that's fine. Just bring your feet a little bit wider. Roughly kind of natural turnout. And then you're going to bring all of these fingers onto the thumb. And from here, as you bring the knees down, the arms come out and then in. Out. And just be aware of your knees. Reach. Good, and this is lovely movements for warming up the joints, some of the big muscle groups. Good. Now from here the arms come up, maybe the right knee. Good, and then down. Other side, just lifting. It's quite hard. Good. Down, keep going. Good. One more left. Well done. So you're going to take the right leg out, you're just going to swoosh the hands down all the way up. I like to put the toes down, but you might want to keep them up. And then you lift the toes, swoosh, up, down, swoosh, Good. And then from here, you're just going to step the weight more to the right side. Arms can lengthen over the head. You might want to stop here or all the way out. Good. Down and around, over the head. Lovely. Other direction, you just turn your feet. Doesn't really matter where they are, just bending that left knee, bringing a bit more weight onto the left side. Arms come up and over. Good. Down and around. One more time. And you may stop anywhere along that chain of events. Down and around. Good. Up we come, feet come back in. Arms over the head and push. Bend those knees. Up. Push. Couple more. Up. Push. Good. Up. And push gently here. If you have problems with the neck, just leave it out, but you may want to turn head to the right, left, right, left, and release. Well done. Have a little shake out. Just going to fix the mat here. Good. And then I'm just going to turn to face the left hand side. Bend your knees and drop your butt back. Hands can come to the chest. Push, drop, push, drop, push, drop, push. One more time. Good. Push. And then from here you might want to bend your knees and rest maybe forearms or hands, so you may want to dangle here. How's your back? How are the back of the legs? You can keep those legs very bent. Inhaling and exhaling. And your hands come down and your knees come down. Good. Do what you need to do for your wrists, maybe fists, maybe your arms a little wider, maybe you're on forearms. And you can come between the swish side to side. Cat stretch to a cow stretch. Sometimes it's nice to look over the opposite shoulder as you swish the hips from side to side. See how you feel. Good, and then your knees can come a little bit wider and you can rest the hips back. Sometimes placing something under the feet is nice. If you struggle with pain in the feet, you can always stack the hands here. No, anytime here you're in Balasana or Child's Pose, but you can flip that over and take this instead up in Asana. It's the same shape but upside down, so it's totally fine if you want to do that. And again, you don't have to stay still. You might want to come back to cat-cow. Absolutely fine. I'm just going to gently walk the hands to the right and then to the left. And if you feel that your shins or your feet or your shoulders or some other area of the body wants a different thing, go ahead, that's totally reasonable. Good. Onto hands and knees, and then from here, just what we're going to do is lift the right knee in, and you're just going to swing it forward a couple of times, just in. Good, and then put it down, left leg lifts. It doesn't have to be too far forward, just whatever you can manage. Good, right leg in, down, left leg. Right leg, left leg. Good, tuck those toes under, push the hands down. Now remember in downward facing dog, a nice way to gauge where the hands should be. You can come up if you're ready into your own downward dog. Turn the palms out from a standing or a sitting position. And that's how wide you want the hands, anytime that we're facing the floor. And you can play around with forward, back, side to side. So we're tucking under, we're pushing away lifting, marching. I like that little sway. Now remember that option we just did, kneeling? You can come back there, and there's always loads of different reasons why our bodies like and don't like things. So you might want to try kicking that right heel up to the butt. Maybe that's plenty, maybe you want to bring it forward and tap. It's up to you. Foot comes down. Good. Left side. Maybe you're quite happy tapping down and up. Maybe you want to tap it forward. Up to you. One more time. Remember, you can be here. Now if you're on your knees, lift that right leg up. Same in downward dog. You can kick that right heel down, up. Then you want to swing it forward and back. Good. And then switching sides. Forward and back. Good. And then you're just going to walk the hands back towards the feet. It's tricky. Up we come. Just have to watch for the roof. Taking that little wander forwards. Right leg stays still. Left leg comes back. Now the same thing. You can move around till the feet feel comfortable. You're just going to remain fairly upright in the chest. Bend that back knee. And then you're going to straighten out the leg and see how it kind of pushes the body forwards. You can have hands catching behind or hips. Push through the leg and lean. Abs will catch you. Bend. Little push. Now if for any reason you want that back foot on the floor, then you can. It's going to look a little bit different, but you're just taking the weight, changing from one leg to the other. Now when you lean forwards, you may want to do that same kind of circle with the arms, so in front and over. Circle. Good. Back over the head. And then down. And you're going to bend that back knee, lift the chest. And you're going to do the same thing but with that upright. Chest, torso. Circle out to the sides-ish. Good. Bend and down. Well done. You're going to hop that left foot in, right leg back. And again, it takes a few goes, a few movements around. So you can be moving like side to side, forward and back, adjusting the bend in the legs. Both hips can be quite different as well, so just bear it in mind. And you can always come here, a little narrower, hold on, that's fine as well. So we're just going to play around with the bend in that right leg. And then as you push away, you lean forwards. Nice and easy in the neck. Good. Just a few times, wherever the hands want to be, that's fine. Mine just kind of like to dangle. Good. Lean. Maybe once or twice more. And then you're going to lean, arms might drape forward and open. Maybe they circle around and down. Check in with the shoulders. Good. And then in, and then you're going to bend that back knee, lift the chest, arms reach over, out and down, and then you might reach up, cross and release. Stepping the leg forward, bend the knees, hands can come to the chest, see how you feel. So everybody looks a little bit different in this chair pose. I'll step back from, some of you might be like upright here, some of you might be a little further forward. Good. Arms can reach and down. Reach and down. Reach and down. Now if your shoulders are not feeling it, down and up, that's fine. See how you feel. Good one for the thighs. Reach and down. Good. Up and down. Can we do 3 more? Has the head started to look up or down? Do you need to take an option for your neck? Good. Up, hands come down, maybe you're draping here. Bring your fingertips or hands to the floor. Stepping back, 1, 2. Knees can come down. Little arch of the back is fine. Now you can stay here for a little cat-cow, this one, or around. Some of you might want to stretch a leg out or two for plank position. See how you feel. And then we're coming down onto the front of the body and relaxing for a little moment. Now if it's uncomfortable for you to lie on the front of the body for any reason, then you don't have to. If your wrists need a breather, that's where coming up here is really helpful onto the bed. Good. So if you're kneeling, we're going to be reaching the legs back. Little point, little flutter of the leg. So you just work one and then the other. Maybe you come onto your forearms here. Just be aware that there's a few sections in the spine that might complain about that. So you can try moving head, shoulders, elbows. So catch. Good. Now you're going to lower down. And you're going to take that right leg. So slide it back and lift it. Point through the toes. Then the heel, toe. You can always stack your fists, remember. You're at home, so you can use cushions, pillows, whatever feels good. And then lower, left leg. So you just kind of slide it and lift. Heel and then toe. Heel and then toe. Heel, toe. Good. Now you're going to lift the right leg up as well. Little kicks. So like a really gentle swim. Imagine that you're in crystal clear, just slightly cooler than you are. And you just need that little glide. Now imagine you've got fins on. Slow. Good. Fins are off, a little bit quicker. Fins on, a little bit slower. With big brush strokes with the legs. Good. And again, little crayon scribbles now. Fins are off. Now you may want to take hands back. And if you're kneeling, you think, well, I can't do that. All you do is this. Little up, maybe 4 to 8 on one side. Little 4 to 8 on the other side. Now you can always bend your knee, that's fine. Good. Fins. This is Asana locust pose, and it's quite nice to imagine that you're holding 2 teacups with your snorkel and your fins. Good. Well done, release. Now you might want to take your head to one side. You may want your arms to rest here. Well done. Now you're going to come back up off the floor. Now it's up to yourself. So again, I'm not going to cue abs in, shoulders down, whatever. Just if your back peels off like this, then you don't come up this way. You push back onto your hands and knees. If you're good to go, you may want to leave your knees behind anyway and push the floor. So I do just lift my belly off the floor, but everybody's body's going to work in a different way. It's important to find a nice kind of natural feeling position for the arms. So if you squeeze them in too tight, we're going to be working like fewer muscles. So see how you feel. 1, 2, 3, up. Oh. And then into that downward dog shape or cat-cow. Now you may want to lift the right leg up here. And then release. Lift. And this can be quite stressful on the lower abs and pelvic floor, so just be aware that you have options. You can be here or feet on the floor. Good. Feet come down, bend the knees, have a little look forward. You may want to put the knees all the way down here, or we take a little push back and lunge that right leg. I quite like these days have a cushion under the back knee. You can always keep that back knee lifted. It's not always better, by the way, to sink all the way down into the biggest stretch you can find. Have a little something back. I don't know if anybody else's grandmother taught them how to be a lady. Worked out well. So yeah, just a little in reserve, always. or a gentleman if you're watching. And you have options to kind of move that front leg around. I like to just kind of stretch forward and back. Just a gentle kind of dynamic stretch. You can always place the back knee or the back shin on a cushion. Fine. And then options here. So I have short arms, quite nice to rest my left hand on a cushion and reach the right arm up. You can be here, it's pretty similar. Good, and unravel. Two options. You step the right leg back and switch sides for the lunge. Or you step the left side forward, take a little yogi squat here. And then the right leg comes back. See how you feel. And you might want to just come forward and back. Now your arms might not reach the floor. Good, that's fine. You can always have that seat of a chair in front or a wall. Good, and then you're stopping somewhere in the middle and you're going to take that opposite twist. So the right arm stays down this time. Now it might be that you just turn the shoulders. It might be that you lengthen out an arm. And you're going to do what feels comfortable for your hips here. And then release. Good. Now up to you, you can step back, cat cow, you can step forward one more time. So in that yogi squat, I'll turn this way. My feet are out quite wide. Sometimes a blanket or props underneath the ankles can help. Some people's hips and knees and ankles just don't like this. That's totally fine. And then you're going to make your way onto your back. And you're going to pick up your belt or your towel or the belt from a dressing gown. And you're going to have a little lie back here. You may want a little cushion under the head. That's reasonable, a reasonable request. And you might want to loop that belt around the sole of the right foot. See how you feel. And then you can just kind of push the outside edge and the inside edge of the foot into each end of the belt or the towel. Then you may want to lower down and push the foot hard into the belt or the band or whatever it is you're using. Now you might have to have a bent knee if it's not long. And then up. Now you're just going to keep the knee bent, the foot flexed, sorry, in this way, and bring the knee as close to the chest. So you're not pulling really hard, you're keeping that foot just pushing a little into the belt. And then gently, you might want to take the belt into the left hand. If you're not using props, I'll show you here, then you can just gently, you know, hold onto the leg. And I'm not pulling, you can see when I let go, doesn't really change many things, just this stretch. Good. And then you might want to bring the belt just behind the toes and push. And you're going to switch. And you're going to flex it. Remember your knee might well be bent here, that's normal. And you can just push outside edge, inside edge of the foot, just gliding slowly side to side. And when you keep that foot flexed here and just gently, you're kind of gently pushing into the belt, just really, you know, you're not hauling, you're not pressing really hard. Now you might bring the belt into the right hand and just over to the side. Now I've got my opposite arm just holding on. Remember, you can just hold on to the knee here as well. That feels quite good. Well done. And then we might try both feet up into the belt. See how you feel about this one. This is kind of like our legs up the wall. You might want to bend the knees. Just taking care of that lower back. Maybe bending a little further away. You have options. Good. Bending both knees, bringing the belt back off. And your feet, or your knees can hug in for a moment. And again, I'm never just pulling hard, sometimes just something to rest on. And your knees can drop over to one side. Maybe the opposite arm reaches away. Swishing gently over to the other side. And you can always have something under the knees here. And you come back through the middle, and you might just want to rest here. Feet on the floor, arms just come below the shoulder line. Just going to put this on. Rest it back on. You just want your arms below the shoulder line. This position is called constructive rest, and it can be quite nice if you have issues with your back or your pelvis or your knees or your shoulders. Some of you might want to lengthen a leg out or both legs out. Some of you might want to lie on your sides or stay sitting. That's totally fine. We're just going to take a little moment here. And you're just going to tune into some sounds from around your room. And you're just going to allow your body to rest for a moment. Lying, sitting, wherever it is that you are. And as you lie here listening, just be aware of what parts of your body are meeting the floor. Feel them there, gently pressing into the ground. Maybe you imagine the ground is like a cupped hand, just holding you up. Still hearing those sounds from around your room, from around your home, outside, inside. Maybe the breath. Don't worry if it doesn't feel comfortable. It makes you feel breathless. Just listen, just feel yourself resting. Just allowing the muscles in the face to relax. And if you can let those muscles in the face relax, how far down the body does that relaxation go? Can you let go of shoulders, chest, back, hips, legs, feet, hands? Just being aware of those senses. Touch, how you're resting. Hearing what you can hear, what the sounds are. How does your breath feel in? And out. And when you feel ready, just give your fingers and toes a little wiggle. You might want to stretch those arms out a little more. Maybe the head. when you feel ready, you might want to walk the knees back in or roll onto your side. Just gently press the floor away, coming back up to sitting. Remember, you can lie out for as long as you like. You're free to do as you wish. I like to just finish with a breath in to look up, arms can extend. And your hands to your own heart or to the floor. And namaste. Thank you all so much for joining in.